I enjoyed that story because number one, it was surprising and it featured the gent from Mass Effect as the old grizzled, what's his face, the old black guy who was in that story.
Oh yeah.
He was in Mass Effect. He's got a sexy voice, so that's always fun to hear.
Sexy voice.
What
else was there? Oh, the 1930s story.
No, but and we got to touch on the Asian lady, Asian actress plays
Latina woman.
A Latino woman. Which that makeup was not particularly great either.
No.
And they broke a cardinal sin. They dog, that poor dog.
They shot a dog.
Oh.
I had to comfort. There was comforting happening.
I was not impressed.
I was comforting.
I had old Yeller flashbacks in the theater. It was violent.
It's okay because she killed him with a wrench. She got revenge for the dog.
Yeah, I think you still shot a dog in presumably the face. It was barking.
It was barking.
If you're gonna shoot a barking dog, I would aim for the face. It seems poetic.
You would shoot a barking dog?
If I was going to shoot,
no.
If I was going
Terrible
to shoot
thing.
a barking dog,
no, don't.
Don't guilt me with my owl. Then we had the 1930s film,
which was romantic,
which was probably my favorite one.
It was a great one. Gay men.
Yeah, it was about gay love. So naturally, I was all about it.
Naturally.
And about music, and Jim Broadbent played this or Professor Slughorn for those who don't know who Jim Broadbent is, or the manager from Moulin Rouge, another one.
Harold
Zidler. He was awesome in this movie.
Yes, he was.
By the way,
he was very good.
He was good in every part he played. But yeah, it's about
a young man wants to be a composer, so he goes off to study with the greatest living composer of the times.
Who's like all old and feeble, so he's got to get him to help him.
Kind of an asshole?
Yeah, he turns out to be sort of an asshole.
He's always kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And his wife is like super smoking and young, way too young.
And Halle Berry.
And
White Halle Berry.
It's really weird.
Pretty weird. I guess he was bisexual, it's not really a gay love story, it's a bisexual, because he did sleep with Halle Berry.
Yeah, he kind of just went to go fill his own needs, whatever he could really get from it. Because he loved the man, but he slept with the woman to help fulfill his own needs. It wasn't necessarily I'm attracted to you, it's more of I can get something from you.
But he didn't really get anything from her.
Yeah, he did.
Sex.
Well, yeah, but it also kind of like... It's how he validated himself. It's how he made himself feel solid. He hit on the man, the old composer, because that's how he makes himself feel like he has an upper hand.
Oh. So he uses sex as a weapon? Is that the idea? Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was just into everybody. That was my interpretation.
It's possible.
That he was just a really horny composer.
Maybe, but he was also very much in love with that one man.
That'd be a good title if they titled each one of these. That could be he could be the horny composer.
The horny composer.
But that one was great, and that's where the music really kicked in well in that one. I got all teary-eyed at the end of the story. It's very sweet.
Well, it doesn't really end sweet.
No, but the story's sweet. You don't have to have
sweet.
a happy
Then he
ending.
writes letters to his gay lover the entire time, and his lover is just adorable. And always happy to get his letters and wants to just love him forever.
Yeah, man.
It's really sweet.
That was a sweet story. And then the other Jim Broadbent story was the publisher.
Oh my god.
Which was fucking awesome.
Tom Hanks plays this Scottish book writer whose book just author whose book just
book writer. What do you do for a living? I'm a book writer. I write books.
Anyways, but then his book totally sucks, and this guy gave him a bad review, so he throws him off a building.
Oh, that was the best. That was one of the highlights of the movie, because Tom Hanks is this terrible fucking with his shitty Cockney Irish accent.
Was not wonderful.
It was okay. It was better than Hugh Grant's American accent.
That's true. It kept going back and forth.
It was kind of it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Some of the other accents were okay, but yeah,
But I am in love with him, so I really can't fault him.
He's okay. He's no Colin Firth.
It's true, but he is Hugh Grant. I'm a fan.
I'm a fan as well. He was good at the movie. He just didn't have the best accent.
In the 1800s story when he had that neck beard.
Oh yeah, he was. He had a sweet neck beard. It was like Clayton if he grew a beard. It's just all neck.
Nothing but neck.
It'd be so great. You'd have the smooth face for kissing people, but you could still scratch it underneath when you had to think about things.
Neckbeards are not attractive.
That's a pretty good.
They're not.
Really?
They're not.
I feel like that's one person's opinion. maybe they're not attractive because nobody does it, and you're just not used to them. It's like six-packs. Six-packs were originally unattractive because it was like, oh, he doesn't eat enough, he's all thin. But then enough people got them that women started craving them like milk bones to dogs. And I feel like the neck beard, you could do the same thing with it. If we had enough if Taylor Lautner and Robert Pattinson and I don't know, the kids from One Direction grew like sweet neck beards, then you would have all these women fantasizing about neck beards growing up.
Wouldn't.
And then I think it could become part of...
I don't think that's a thing, and I don't think it will be a thing.
I'm not saying it will be a thing, but I'm saying it could be. We just need to propagate.
I respectfully disagree with you.
I disrespectfully disagree with you because you're wrong.
That's what you're...
Anyway, we're off topic.
Neck beards are gross. Anyway.
So yeah, when Tom Hanks throws that guy off a balcony, that's pretty fucking great. And then the story, Jim Broadbent goes to visit his brother
to get money.
Because he's going to be killed by like Tom Hanks' goons. And he doesn't have the money, so he goes to his brother, and his brother ends up putting him into like an old folks home, and it's all about them trying to escape this old folks home,
which is fun.
Which is it's really the only like comedy story of the whole thing.
It's a nice comedic break.
Yeah, it is. And his facial expression... Jim Broadbent is so good at facial expressions.
He's
like,
great.
When he gets a plunger, like toilet plunger shoved in his face, and his eyes are just like... Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And that cute little... when they were leaving, and there was a cute little
guy.
Man,
he's like, don't
leave without me. And it was adorable. That was...
What I really liked is how they, like, because that story's like the one comic relief story, right? I like it how they like juxtaposed it with like the most intense story of all of them, which in my opinion was the futuristic Korean one, because it was all about these people that were in this place where they would literally do the exact same thing every day, and all they did was sleep, work, and eat, which turned out to be disgusting.
Which they foreshadowed in the comedy relief one.
Which they did, but they did a lot of juxtaposition with that, which I really enjoyed because it was like hilarious, and then all of a sudden it was really dark, and then they just balanced that really well.
Even like some themes were about, you know, standing up for yourself, and some themes were about love and family, and
they're all kind of about love.
Some themes were about like accepting truth, but like they all kind of, every story had at least a little bit of something to do with another one, so you could like pick where it related, which was why it was really cool. And you never really got too bored with it because you'd always just switch to one of the other six. Yeah. Although I was constantly like, oh man, I hope we get back to that story now, you know?
That's
like, because you're gonna develop your favorites, right? So ultimately you're gonna like say, oh man, if I was just watching like these 2 or 3 on their own, they'd be really powerful, and now they're kind of split up with these other ones.
Yeah, but that's kind of how you like keep the tension and keep the like, oh my god, what happened to that person?
Yeah, no, I know.
And Halle Berry's car like went over the edge of the bridge, and like, oh my god, is she alive? We don't know. I totally forgot about it for a while.
That's true. I thought she was just kind of dead.
Yeah, she went off the bridge, and then she was gone for a while, and then all of a sudden we like come back to her, and she's like in the water underneath, like in her car, and I was like, oh yeah, she might be dying now. Maybe we should watch this.
Speaking of which, this movie's better than Gothica. Just throwing that out there, guys. I'm officially, I will stamp that on record. This movie is better than Gothica. So what do we have left? We have 2 stories left. So there's next is the futuristic story, which is like the Neo Soul story where everybody's Asian.
Well, that's because it took place in Korea, so that's why.
Well,
because in Korea.
Because in Korea, yeah, there's a few. I don't want to say a lot. There's a couple Koreans. There's old Joe. And there's the, oh man, I think when they did up the Mass Effect guy, I can't remember his name, Mass Effect guy, the black guy, they did as like Asian. He looked really cool. Like black Asian men,
pretty solid.
People should start integrating. That's a hot combo. Racially sensitive reviews.
Look at your bird. No, hey, keep him in. No,
you're abusing him.
I'm loving him.
Fine, go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh shit. Yeah. So that story, it was very kind of a Total Recall sci-fi escaping from things story. Yeah. It was pretty awesome.
That's because like the premise of that story was there are these people. You know when you like go to a restaurant and you have waiters and you're like, man, their life kind of sucks because they're a waiter. And this one was like all they did was be a waiter. They'd like in a sleeping tank thing, wake up, surf people. People could pretty much treat them however they wanted to, like grab their bum whenever they felt like and whatever.
Well, they were wearing those shorts. They were kind of asking for it.
Did I mention I'm going to punch you in the face one day?
Yeah, maybe
on camera would probably be a good thing, so everyone could see it and appreciate it.
Come on. Yeah.
No. Anyway, so then they had that situation happening, and then they would do that, and then...
Don't kick me out of my own review.